Hi, a lot of people have requested me to do a makeup tutorial. I don't know how I'm gonna do it today, but I'll just tell you what I'm doing and why. If you guys like it, then you can follow it, but I'm just gonna let you know I'm not a fucking makeup artist, okay? Put on moisturizer first before you do this. It's good for your skin. The first thing that I usually start out with is always my brows first, and I fluff them out a little bit. I literally just, I know you're not supposed to like bring them up, but I usually just always bring them up. But it's just to help me get a better shape, a better idea of the shape that I want. I know that you're supposed to start with the end. I don't do that. I start at the middle. So yeah, there's the shape a little bit. My eyebrows are very lopsided, so I really do have to like change them up kind of halfway through. But I always, at the end, I kind of go through and I do this whole number so that it's not as like such a blunt line. The thing with my eyebrows too, is this one goes straight up. This one really is more curved. This one's like more square. This one's more circle, whatever, fucking oval. I don't know. They're sisters, not twins. I try to make this one a little bit more square, but it doesn't always work out. And as you can see, this one has actually a little bit more hair on this side than this one does. This one has like no hair over here. So my eyebrows are always uneven. They're always fucking looking a little goofy. So what I do is I like to go in and I like to make this one a little bit more like this one, because this one always comes out like perfect. So this one I'm gonna try to shape up to be like the other one. I know that most people use like concealer and stuff, but I really don't like on my face. I didn't put on my moisturizer. Put on moisturizer first before you do this. It's good for your skin, okay? I'm really good at forgetting that shit. Because I never actually learned like skincare. I'm still kind of like, I don't know anything about skincare, but it's good for your skin, it's good for your makeup. Also as well, like I've broken out a lot more because I've been putting shit on my face. So I don't know, whatever you want to do, just, it's your makeup. I'm just gonna like shape it up a little bit better, make it a little bit more of a defined line. Because I like my brows to be really defined because they're not very bright or anything. And then after I do that, I go in with like a little brow wax that's colored. And I like to get the hair sticking up again, make it look a little bit more natural, that my actual eyebrow hairs are dark like this, but they're not. It's all a lie. Look at that. It looks so much more natural. And now I have too big of eyebrows for my eyes. They're too fucking like in your face, you know? And we want that look at the beginning. Because I promise that these are not gonna look that crazy when I put on the rest of my eye bullshit. Okay. Afterwards, I go in with a mascara first. I don't know what it is, but I always do my eyeliner so much better after I put on my mascara. Get those babies fucking out there. So then after I do that with like the actual mascara, I have this empty one that I use for the brush so that I can get them out a little bit more. It doesn't really matter if you do this or not because, I mean, I usually always put on lashes right after I do this. That helps them blend in a little bit more. But like I said, it helps me do my eyeliner a lot better because then I can see a little bit better of my eye shape. Because my eyelashes are blonde. They're blonde as So now that they're all pieced kind of apart, my eyeliner. I always use, for some reason I've always used this one since like middle school. It has been the best eyeliner for like drawing things. I like the matte part of it because it doesn't come off shiny. I've had like different eyeliners that come out shiny and I just don't like how it looks on my face. This one is not waterproof, can't use waterproof because that shit doesn't ever fucking come off. And I'm not about to go like get oil for my face and put it all over my fucking face to take makeup off. Fuck that. I'm not gonna do that. Are you kidding me? No. Not happening. No. So when I do my eyeliner, I used to do it more upturned, but I think I've learned a little bit better of my eye shape. So what I do is I will start towards that like the end of my eye and I will try to find the way like the direction that my eye is kind of going. So for me, my eye goes a little bit, it's more downturned. So I kind of focus on that downturn part. I make a really thin line on the top lid. Yeah, I need more eyeliner. This is gonna be fucking messy. It's not the most beautiful. It's not the most perfect, but it's fine. Because we've got a makeup wipe that can wipe that extra bullshit away. And that is not as small as I usually do it, so I might try again. That's also how I get my eyeliner so fucking pointy is because I take off the bottom most of the time and I do it into a point. I can't actually draw it perfectly most times. My washcloth does it for me. My washcloth, that's my fucking makeup wipe. I always have a makeup wipe ready, just in case I need to just retry, you know? Damn, this bitch is really running out on me right now. Right now. I always like to have like a little bit for underneath here because I always like to put black eyeshadow underneath. Makes my eyes look a little bit bigger. See, this eye I just did so much fucking better. Are you kidding? The f, brother. So as you can see, they're different. I like the shape of this one a lot more than that one, and I don't know, dude. I'm just gonna make it more even. So it looks like I kind of did more of an upturn on my other eye, so I'm just gonna follow it. But yeah, usually I like to do it a little bit more downturned, but sometimes doing this like upturn will make your eyes pop a little bit more, make them look a little bit bigger, so much better. So after I do that, I like to kind of go in to my bottom lashes. I guess I could do this at the beginning, but whatever. It's a process. It's a process. So yeah, I go in, same kind of deal, get these all coated, and then take out the other small one that has nothing in it. Boom. Now you got eyelashes for days. I always go back into them at the end too when I'm done, and I just make sure that they all look pretty. You see? You see? If you don't, that's fine. It makes a difference for me. You really don't realize how many eyelashes you have on the bottom until you put mascara on them. Kind of wild. My lashes are next. I usually use Ardell 252 for my lashes. Not sponsored, but I wish I was. They're really nice. They go well with my eye shape. Honestly, the lashes that you pick will need to go with your eye shape, and it's really hard to find lashes for everybody's eye shape. For me, these work great, but for other people, they might not look as good. So like, it all just kind of depends, but I've been using these for years. I can't find any other lashes that fit my eye shape or fit the makeup look that I'm going for. So these are it. Usually you gotta cut them and everything, but you know, I've always seen people like when they put on their lashes, they put the fucking glue on their eye, and that makes me fucking cringe. Why would you put glue on your fucking eyelid? Like, why? It literally, there's a fucking, look, watch this, watch. There's a strip right here that gets it perfectly so that you don't have so much fucking glue hanging on your face and your eyelashes don't stick together and you don't feel nasty after. Look at that. And you don't use that much. You don't even use that much. Guess what? It's gonna fucking stick. You don't need to put it on your eyelid, okay? Unless you like doing it that way, and that's the only way you can do it. I understand, but dude, it gives me the creepies. I also do this so that the glue will kind of dry out, and if you don't blow on it, then you don't get germs on it. I just dropped it. Germs? Where did you go? Don't worry, it's not dirty. It's probably a little dirty, but it's fine. So like, usually there's a tool that comes with lashes. I've never had that tool. I've never used it. I never liked it. I used to actually only use my hands to put on lashes, and then I found that tweezers work so much better. And then I always try to clamp my lashes with my other lashes together. Make sure that it stays on the waterline so that you can't see the band. Usually you still can, a little bit. I guess, yeah, a little bit. You can see it a little bit, but that's fine, as long as it's not like the whole thing. Whatever, who gives a f if you're wearing fake lashes? Nobody. Everybody's just gonna be like, wow, your eyes look so beautiful. And you'll be like, thank you, mom. It's so weird talking to a camera when nobody's there, and I'm just making up my own dialogue. They look mostly even. I always get them a little uneven just because, I don't know, my eyes are weird, but all of the power comes with the lashes. Like, that creates a different look, right? Am I right or am I right? After I do all of that, so first of all, I have a story with this. My best friend Rosemary, when we were kids, had this exact palette. And for years, I've been wanting this palette, like ever since I was in middle school. And I never, you know, it was just like a limited edition thing from Sephora. And I ended up finding one online. So here I am, using it very happily and proudly. Look at, oh, such colors. And look, there's like there's a lip in here. Hold on. I don't think I'll ever use it, but like, yeah, those are ugly, but they smell good though. But yeah, so I use this. I use mainly the black for underneath my eyes, like I talked about earlier. So I just like taper that in, but I also like to make sure, I like to look down, because like, you see how that kind of looks like it goes up like in a swoop and this just stays here. I like to make sure that that is all covered, to make sure that that creates a line, basically makes my eyes look a little bit bigger. And then yeah, you'll see. And then I like to kind of blend it out a little bit on the lash line. Like that. See how different I look? I look different. Boom, bam. See, those eyelashes, they're so different. What the fuck? Sometimes you have to take them off and put them back on just to make them look right, but we'll see. We'll see if that happens. And you know me, you know how sharp I like my lines, so I just make sure I look straight as a fucking arrow. Boom, bam, done. Ah! So there's that. And then I go in with the black again, and I do my eyebrows at the ends usually. So you see how I told you, like, they don't look too, like, fucking crazy now that I have my lashes and everything on? Right. They look a little bit too light even. So I go in with my black, and I just do the bottom, and I go up like this so that the color is still at the bottom. It goes to the top so you can still see the hairs kind of thing. It's just a tiny bit darker now. It's got a little bit more definition. Boom. See, it's not too bad. It's not too much, but not too little. So after you do that, then you take your fucking makeup wipe and you wipe off all of the stuff that kind of fell off. That's pretty okay. Yeah. So I go back in and I do more mascara on the bottom. And then you go back in and you fucking space those bitches out. I know it looks like it doesn't do much, but I promise it does. I promise. So after that, I like to take out my white eyeliner and I just put it on the waterline on the bottom. And this is just to make my eye look a little bit more open. Uh-oh, there's some stuck on my eye. Got it. I only usually like to put it in halfway and like try to soften it up a little bit, because sometimes it's a little intense and sometimes it's not. I don't always do this, but recently I have been doing it a lot more just because, I don't know, I like the like kind of doll look that it gives me, but I put on some concealer as my foundation. But before I do that, I do primer, because I didn't do my fucking moisturizer. Am I dumb? And realistically, I should do this before I put on any of my eye makeup, but I can't, like, you see me going in with a makeup wipe and shit. I can't just, like, no. So I have to do it after. I have to do my foundation, whatever, after. I hate the way that primer feels. It's so greasy. So greasy. I could get a better one that probably isn't as greasy, but I don't have the fucking time to look at different ones that I'll like. Are you kidding me? So usually I do, this is gonna make some people cringe, I'm sure. I usually do this and I just kind of spread it out a little bit. And I do one side at a time because I feel like sometimes it dries. I also don't get my beauty blender wet, which I know I should, but I don't. And I know you want to go with the dabbing motion, but I always end up with the pulling one. I just feel like it works better. I don't know why. I know it doesn't, but I'll go back and forth, you know? And you always want to bring it down to the neck. See, I look like a ghost. I'm a ghost. And then I get a little bit of my forehead and my neck as well. That might have been too much, but it's fine. I'll just transfer it over to my neck. It's fine. Nobody does makeup right anyway. Am I right or am I right? Everybody has a different way. But yeah, I just like how pale it makes me look. It gives me like a doll vibe and I'm down with it. And then sometimes, not always, but most of the time, I like to put some like right here and dab it in with my finger because it gets in a little bit better. The beauty blender is too big and I have a piercing, so it makes it a little bit easier to control, and put it right underneath my eyebrow and on my lid. It's perfect. It's perfect, perfect, perfect. So after I look like a ghost, I don't do contour. I don't know how to. Just never learned. So what I do is I get out here with my fucking blush, my little kitty paw thing, which I know this is not the right brush for this, but whatever, who gives a f? It's cute. And I like to do my cheeks. I like to do them a little, sometimes I do a little dramatic, sometimes I don't do it as dramatic, but whatever you want to do. And I always blend from the middle up. And I start, it's very pigmented, so I like to go really light and just dab it. And then sometimes I'll brush it. It's a little bit more dramatic than I wanted it to be, but it's fine. Just rub some on the nose there, whatever. Easy peasy. Now I look drunk. But yeah, you just want to blend that out. You just don't want it to be so like in your face like mine is right now. And usually how I get rid of that, I do this. Helps a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. And I always like to put some on my top lip. It kind of makes everything like go together. So you rub that out, it's fine. Then I go in with a highlighter. Look at my highlighter. Oh, it's falling apart. I need a different one. This one's old. I don't know how much highlighter is too much, so I just do a lot. You can never have too much shine, right? Am I right or am I right? So after I do that, I always do my nose, I always do my cheeks. And then what I like to do actually is, again with the same palette, it's got a gray in there that I found out that I really like on my eyelids. So I don't have a brush for this one specifically, I just go in with my finger so I can like blend it out a little bit more. But I only like to put it on this side of my eye, and then I leave the rest of it kind of open. It's gray. It adds kind of like a shadow, but it's not too dark like black is. Black is really harsh, and I don't think it actually goes well with my face when I do it. So yeah, it just adds a little bit more of a shadow. Makes your eyes look a little bit bigger, but also a little bit more closed. I don't know what it does, but I like it. Yeah, you see, I see, you see, I see. And it's shiny. Pretty shiny. I think I usually go into and I just kind of like make sure that everything looks good. I usually like to add some like white in the middle of my eyes. So yeah, I usually go in with white first and I pack it in there. I'm pretty fucking heavy-handed with the white. So then after that, there's like a little bit left here, but it's like a silvery white highlight. So I just like get as much as I can of that. And I go in there in the same spot and add some like white highlight. It's not perfect, but it doesn't need to be. And then I go under my eyebrows with that same like white highlighter. Get that brow bone, you know, gotta make it pop, gotta make it do a thing. Then I like to still add more to my nose. Oh yeah, you can see that right there. And I like to add a little bit more to the top of my cheek here. Blend that motherfucker in. And done, basically. Sometimes I like to go in and do a little bit more, but this is how you get the look, I guess. This is how you do a Weezy makeup. But yeah, I don't know. If you have any questions or anything, if you want me to do another one, if I figure out another way to do my makeup, then let me know. I'm not a makeup artist, nor have I ever been, but I appreciate you guys wanting to know my makeup. And then after I do my makeup, I always end up doing my hair, because I let my hair air dry, and then I straighten the fuck out of it. But yeah, you know, that's my makeup tutorial. Thanks for coming. I love you. See you later. Bye.